Okay, so this is extra help for practicing for the listening portion. Number 12, an interval will be played. Circle the interval you hear. So you need to practice listening for the differences between a second, a third, and a fifth. Obviously, the second interval of a second is right next to each other, so those of the three sound the closest together. Do, re, that's do and re. A third is just a little further, do, mi, and the fifth is the furthest of the three, do, so. So on the piano, I'm going to practice playing these for you. So if your first interval is this, you would have to decipher, is that a second, third, or fifth? I know it's not right next to each other because do, re is right next to each other, but I played do, re, mi, fa, sol. I played a fifth. If it were a third on that note, it would sound like this. I always say a third sounds like a doorbell. And a second is the start of the scale, do, re. Once again, starting on that note, here's a second. Here's a third. And the fifth is bigger jumped. Those are the three intervals you need to try to listen for and identify. So I'm going to play a few examples here and see if you can figure out what they are just for some listening practice. Here's number 1. Here it is again. You have to decide, is that right next to each other, kind of a middle distance or a further distance? This one is a fifth. It's a fifth. Do, so, do, re, mi, fa, sol. So if I start at the first one and count up, I have 5 notes in between, including the starting and stopping. Here's number 2, second example. Do, re. They're not right next to each other. I played do, re, mi. I played a third. Do, mi, do. If you guessed fifth because you heard they were apart from each other, this is what a fifth would have sounded like. It's quite a big jump. A third from there is what I played. Good, let's do another example. Here it is again. If you guessed second, you would be correct. Those notes are right next to each other. Do, re. They're neighbor notes and they're very close together. Here's another example. Here it is again. High note was first, the low note was second, so it's a descending interval. So, do, so, fa, mi, re, do, so, do. Do to so, of course, is a fifth. If you guessed fifth, you were right. All right, let's do one more. Do, mi. Do to mi is a third, so that one would have been, you would have circled a third. If you need more help with these, ask your teacher.